My boss said my vibe ruins the college education I am paying for. Face with monocle. My boss pulled me into the office the other day and said I do not take enough things seriously. I work in the finance department and warned about a customer for months that they will stop paying and said, company just filed Chapter 7 bankruptcy. I thought this was funny as they never listened to me about this company and they told me it was none of my concern to worry about. He then went on to say I'm paying a paused and said the company is too. The company gave me $4,000 for tuition, which is half a semester, and said my vibe ruins it. He said my vibe ruins any education I'm getting. Sounds like he got chewed out for his mistake and is annoyed that you knew more than him, so he gotta step on you a bit to make himself feel better. So, your boss gets paid to hand out shitty advice, or what? Time to go shopping for a better boss. Good thing we're not in the vibe business, huh? Start reviewing the conditions of the $4,000 for school they provide to make sure there aren't any payback requirements if you leave within blank months years of getting it, in case you decide to make a quick exit once you get the degree. In a similar situation, I simply ask my boss, are you high right now? Because that is deeply concerning. Your boss doesn't get to throw a temper tantrum just because he didn't listen and found out. He's the one who looks stupid here, not you. Did you make any effort to realign your chakras? Well, your vibe ruins the workplace I'm selling my labor to. Thank you for that. I had no idea. How's my aura? Is my aura causing anxiety? I'll definitely bathe my vibes tonight so they are daisy fresh tomorrow. Kinda like how boomers' vibes ruined the economy. Let them pay for your tuition and take that vibe somewhere else for more money. Just say okay and forget it ever happened. I guess your boss expects you to binge drink and party instead worrying about client blunders. Tell him you feel negative energy coming from him or some such new age gibberish right back at him. When people start crazy, I lean into it. Bring a few Ouija boards and crystals and shit. It's likely that your boss is not going to assist you in your professional growth training, promotions, etc. If you want to grow in your career, you are going to need to find a new job. Better to start looking sooner rather than later. Cool. How were my vibes when I told you for the past 7 months this company is about to go belly up and you blew me off? What does this even mean? I'll work on it, boss. Then proceed with business as usual. Look. When people say I have a smart mouth, I tell them it graduated from college, but I wouldn't say it to the person who doles out the bread and butter. Just give them what they want to hear and pretend to give a shit till you have the better offer in hand. That's business, BAAYBEE. What the hell does that even mean? I don't understand what that means. Are you able to give me some objective measures on what my vibe is? Sounds like you may have been too insistent. Good rule of thumb for work disagreements: say your piece twice, then let it lie. If it could be bad for you, make sure the second time is in writing. Otherwise, don't worry about it. It sucks when you see something coming. Your boss should consider what you have to say, but they won't always. Unfortunately, repeating things too often can leave you in a bad light. Honestly, less stressful to live by that rule at work anyways. It sounds like your boss wants you to quit school and focus 100 at the company. Thank you for your vibes-based feedback. Can you help me understand exactly what set of actions you're suggesting I take? Confused golden retriever. Look, boss. I thought we were in the business of collecting our receivables rather than vibing. But okay, I'll focus on that instead of trying to give y'all a heads up when a client is going tango uniform. Yeah, your boss is a insecure little twerp homie. Something tells me he didn't listen and has to stomp on somebody he can to assuage his damaged ego. My read is that your concerns weren't listened to about this other company going into bankruptcy. And you were either ignored or told to stay in your lane. Then when it actually happened and impacted your company department, instead of acting like it was a serious thing, you were laughing about it and doing the whole smug "I told you so" thing. This pissed your boss off. Till that raising concern about something is not talking it seriously thinking face. Vibrations? Oh, starts twerking better? We don't sell vibes, baby. How serious can you be expected to take things when your boss has pulled you aside for a vibe? Check. Complete your education. Get the hell out of there. Thank you, sir, and continue to do whatever you want. 1. It's not your fault he stuck his dick in the blender after you put a "don't stick your dick in here" label on the blender. 2. When a company pays for an employee's education, it usually comes with golden handcuffs, where you'll be expected to pay it back if you leave too soon. 3. Look for a new job anyway. He sounds out of touch and a little stupid. Is your vibe competence? Like you showed up all the seniors at the company who didn't see it coming. Next time he complains about your vibe, tell him point blank that you picked it up from his day-to-day interactions with coworkers. Even or more specifically, especially if he's the exact opposite. Then add that he's harshing your mellow and go back to being the best you that you can be. He sounds like the type of boss and person in general who isn't happy unless he's putting someone else down. And nobody likes that person or wants to be that person. Yes. I've read some of your other replies. And he definitely strikes me as a that person. Vibes? We don't deal in vibes. We deal in money. I'm acting this way and sending out these vibes because my knowledge of the industry led me to firmly believe we were going to lose money. And wouldn't you believe it? No one listened, causing us to lose money. I'll continue to act this way, so maybe next time someone will actually listen. You should have thought about this when you disregarded my earlier warnings. Let's not let it happen again. Your boss just subtly threatened your job, and by extension your education. As someone with a few decades in white-collar finance work, your boss sounds like a petty little bitch. I usually ask for weird shit like this to be put into an email. If it's a meeting, I'll write up the conversation as best I can remember it afterwards. Email it to them, and ask them to acknowledge that this was the conversation as they remember it. Seems like a start to CYA type situation. BC dude is telling you he's gonna ratfuck you on some bullshit in the near future. Tell your boss to fuck himself. You are not being paid on vibes. Well, does it? I mean, we're talking about one guy's opinion, so unless this is someone whose opinion you value highly, you should probably just forget about it. But there are definitely people who get very little out of college, and their attitude, i.e. vibe, is a part of that. Think about it and be honest with yourself. Lord have mercy. Do we work together? I was kinda hoping just my coworkers were this wild. You're killing my dreams of getting out and finding sanity. Sit or rolling downhill and you're at the bottom. Can't handle the Gen Z vibes. Does no one ever just say, "Damn, that's crazy," and move on to their bosses? It should be a staple by now. Just quit the job. Good Lord, how valuable is a broken tool? What do you mean by that, exactly? Breaks passive-aggressive nonsense consistently. Typical shitty boss when they screw up. Sounds like you're a little immature and your boss is upset. Oh well, too bad, get over it. Your vibe is exposing my incompetence.